channel. Something a little different today. We've gone for a journey, we've gone for a day out, and we're just on our way to where we're going. So I'll just give you a look. You're laughing at.
Just on our way to where we're going.
It's on our way to where we're going, and as you can see, we're in London. That's the Isle of Dogs, and over there is the Millennium Dome. It's just becoming into view. If you can see the yellow like chopsticks. It's coming up to the Blackwall Tunnel. I was going to kind of, that's a bit zoomed in, isn't it? I was going to sort of like tease as to where we're going, but if you've clicked on the video, you know where we're going. We're off to the Emirates Stadium for a tour.
There's the cable cars.
So we've got the cable cars over the Thames there. There they are. Oh, there's lots of trees. There they are. I don't know how they're going to come out, but yeah. So we've got.
Always wonder what those little things are.
It's horrible, isn't it? Yeah. Lovely part of the world. But yeah, so we're going to the Emirates now. Have a tour. I'll be doing some videoing around it and around inside and outside. And I'm going to try and get down to the Highbury as well. Well, not going to try to. I'm going to get down to Highbury and have a look around there as well. So I'll pick this up when we get a little closer, because there's not much to see and there's going to be plenty of traffic. And we're going in a tunnel. So yeah. You looking forward to it, Mum?
Yeah. I just can't believe what they've done to London.
Well, this has always been a shithole bit, isn't it?
Yeah, I know, but it's even more. I mean, these high rises.
Well, they've got no room to go out. They've got to go up.
I thought they were sort of not banned, but a thing of the past.
No, they're the thing of the future. Here comes
Absolutely.
the Blackwall Tunnel. We are currently in Hackney. It's lovely. What do you think of Hackney?
Beautiful.
Yeah, so we're about 3 miles away, but being London, it's going to take half hour. But yeah, it's I've never been to this part of London. Don't plan. It's a bit like when we went to Perry Bar, isn't it? At least you're in a car. Yeah, I should say as well, this trip's thanks to Rob and Lynn for buying it for my birthday. Finally managed to find a bit of time to do it, so yeah, thanks to them. And yeah, I'm going to put the camera away before it gets nicked. So this is us approaching the stadium, as you can see. It's a lot bigger than you realise from, you know, and that little statue there's of Ken Fry, who used to work for Arsenal from like the 1940s to the 2000 and whatever it was, not that long ago. And this is us now, as we've all signed in for this tour, and this is coming into the as you can see, the director's boxes. So this is the entrance to the tour, and yeah, they're replicas of the Premier League trophy, the FA Cup, the League Cup, and the old Division 1 trophy there. You know, like I said in part of the video, I'm going to do a fair bit of this voiceover because there's so many people around at certain parts of it that it would be the only way you can actually really explain what you can see. So yeah, so we then, I noticed this as it goes, a strange picture of a gorilla. I don't know what the context is, but there's a picture of a gorilla there in the ground. That's just in the staircase, just past them trophies that you just see. And as you see, the camera work, I'm still getting used to this. Now this is through the director's box. This is the Diamond Lounge, where the directors and their guests will meet before the game, and then come out into these plush seats to look at the game from, well, the best seats in the house. And we did have a sit down on them, and they are very nice. They're soft, leather, heated. And so yeah, so there's a few sweeps of the ground. It's a few weeks now till we've got a home game, so there's been a lot of work on the pitch. And all them banners around there, they're just supporters clubs from all over the world from America to everywhere. You know, you name it, they're there. And this is just one more sort of sweep across. I mean, it's unbelievable. You know, it's not the biggest ground now, obviously, but it is definitely, you know, worth going to. That a lot of teams have one of them, but theirs ain't gold. That's the trophy that was awarded for the record 49 unbeaten league games, which included a whole season unbeaten, and that was the gold trophy that was presented to the club for that. This is another sort of like VIP lounge area. This isn't. I don't think this is like the diamond level. This is just you can buy tickets for this one. The diamond level is pretty much invitation, but it's very nice. Lots of nice places to sit. Good views over the pitch. So yeah, that's looking out over outside of the ground. It was a bit wet today, but we got the good weather while we were in there. So yeah, these are where you pay for big bucks for a seat before the game. You get good food and drink there. So yeah, I'll just let this play out a bit. Like I say, there's not much sound, so just let it play out. That's Herbert Chapman, and these are just like pictures of the last day at Highbury. That's Tony Adams after he scored the winning or the last goal against Everton in '98. That's the 1989 Michael Thomas there, and that's Frank McClintock with the '71 Cup. So lots of Arsenal history. That is a time capsule which was actually buried 20 years ago on one day, if you can see the date there. We went on the 29th of October, that was buried on the 28th. And this is coming into the players' area, where they will get off the buses and into the and come into the ground for the game. Again, it's just loads of Arsenal bits and bobs. This is all about the unbeaten record. This is the tunnel, as you can see, out onto the pitch. I have put some pictures in, which they will come up, and I will talk you through them as they are here. But this is the players' tunnel out onto the pitch on a match day, to be greeted by 60,000 supporters. Yeah, what a view! Look at that. It's a nice view. When we went to the Highbury tour 30 years ago. We went on a tour of Highbury, and you didn't get down to pitch level. You went to the director's box, but you didn't get down to pitch level. In here, you could go and sit in the dugout, but there were so many people, there wasn't really much chance of sitting down there. And this was closed when we first got there. This is the home dressing room. When we got there, there was a Arsenal legend. It was Nigel Winterburn, who I got a photograph of later on. This was closed off because he was doing a private Legends tour, so it's you get a private, it's like a group of 20 people, and it's all closed off to everybody else, whereas this is a free-for-all. So I didn't really spend too much time in there, as you couldn't really appreciate everything, just like, we went into the away dressing room. There's a toilet, so Odegaard's probably taking a poo on one of them, and the massage areas. But yeah, we went into the away dressing room, and it's obviously not as plush as this. It's just about got what you need. And behind this wall here is a load of the ice baths for, recovery after games. There's Mum. That's the other, and this is the again, like you say, it's just absolutely pandemonium. It's you do your best to try and keep as many faces off the screen as you can, but this has just got all the players' shirts hanging up, which is a nice little touch. So yeah, this again, it's the Legends tour is quite expensive, but sometimes I think so. It's probably, what is Mum again? Probably worth it just to get this empty, so you can actually really have a good look at what's going on there. These are the photographs. So that's me outside the stadium, as you can see. That's me with a statue of Arsenal captain Tony Adams, or former Arsenal captain Tony Adams. Arsene Wenger lifting the trophy in 2001. Thierry Henry in the pose that he done after scoring against Spurs. Dennis Bergkamp, the greatest Arsenal player of all time, in my opinion. Herbert Chapman, the original great manager. and that's me in the director's box. That's me just walking through the tunnel into the onto the pitch area. That's me pitch side. It's me. I don't need to say that, do I? That's me and Nigel Winterburn. So yeah, got a picture of Nigel Winterburn. That was nice. And that's a bit of a close-up of the gold trophy that we got given. And again, that's me outside the ground. This is called Celebration Corner, which has got lots of pictures of Arsenal players, past and present. That's the old stadium. And that's me outside the old entrance to the old stadium. And these are the ice baths I was telling you about. Jay thought they were individual jacuzzis. I said, no, they're ice baths. But yeah, Jay enjoyed it for someone who's not into football as well. And the shop was very expensive, but you've got to get a few souvenirs when you go to a place like this. You know, it's a few keepsakes. Got something for Harley. That's Jay in front, walking out of the home dressing room. This is the media centre, so when after a game, this is where Mikel Arteta will end up doing his press conferences, and new players will be presented there. You could go and sit up there, but again, there was a lot of people wanted to do it. Right, well, we've completed the tour of the stadium. Very good. If you're an Arsenal supporter, definitely do it. I've got as much footage as I can. Like I say, I would have voiced over it, so if I had to. But yeah, no, it's very impressive. We're just walking around now, and going to pop to the museum. Met an Arsenal legend, Nigel Winterburn. Had a photograph that I put in. Yeah, we're going to go to the museum, off to Highbury, and then make our way home. But we will have a video of that as well. So yeah, see you in a bit. Right, this is us walking down into the museum. So these are lots of pendants that we swapped with teams: Aston Villa, Barcelona, Galatasaray there, Sparta Prague, Boca. So there, at the start of a match, you just swap pendants, and there's a Rangers one, a Celtic one, Real Madrid. So yeah, and it was a bit difficult in the museum because it's quite small, and this is a replica of the cannon gift that they give to each team that we play in a European match. I am explaining it there, but it was very noisy, so just like I say, I'm just voicing over this as best I can, things I can remember. So yeah, they give that to every team that we play against in Europe. This is an exhibit depicting the sort of like the origins of the club, being the Woolwich Arsenal. So that's depicting that's the the men of the Woolwich Arsenal. This is the ground we had over in Plumstead, I think this one would have been, before we moved up north and encroached on Tottenham's space and become bigger than them. Lots of that is the actual centre circle. As you can see, the centre circle from Highbury preserved. That's from the last game, nearly 20 years ago. So that is the centre spot, and that's the original plans of Highbury. This whole section was just about the Highbury years, and so again, I liked Highbury. I like this place, but Highbury is different. This is all some of Herbert Chapman, who was like the original big Arsenal manager. This is some of his personal stuff. That's a chair that he had in the office. Here are his golf clubs, his bowler hat. He's a bit of a Captain Mainwaring type chap, by all accounts, what you read. And that horseshoe was discovered as they were renovating the old stadium into the apartments that they're in are now. A police horse, died in the construction of that, and they actually found the body of it, and that is the horseshoe from the police horse that was buried under the North Bank. That is there are two FA Cup final shirts from 1930 and 35, I think. Hold me if I'm not sure if I'm 100% on that. And that ball was used in a 1937 match between England and Norway that was held at Highbury. You can pause if you see there at the bottom there, and it will tell you that. But they are like genuine shirts from the 30s. I've got a copy of the top one, that you could get in the shops. But yeah, it's got some really nice exhibits there. This is a replica of the FA Cup and the First Division trophy, which was the trophy you used to get before you get the Premier League trophy. Now it's what they still give to teams that win the championship. And again, there's some original old shirts. This is about the double in 2002, which was, I remember that very well that night, down the pub watching that game. And this is some, again, this is from that year, 2002. That's the FA Cup, because obviously we won the FA Cup there. They look like a pair of Bergkamp's boots, because I remember Bergkamp always wore Reeboks, so they're a pair of Reebok boots. Again, if you can pause and you can have a look and see what the exhibits are. I should imagine there's some on reboots or Nikes on the right hand side there, and then some old shirts. You got Paul Davis, Bergkamp, and that. This is from 2000, and this is the Invincibles. I took videos here because that trophy in the middle there, the European Cup Winners' Cup, that was on display when we went to the Highbury tour 30 years ago. I just thought it's a nice little tie-in that it's at both tours, and that's again the FA Cup, the League Championship, and the Carling Cup. That's a 1971 double, the trophies they gave you for that. And over there, that is Charlie George striking his famous pose when he scored the winning goal in the FA Cup final in 1971. Yeah, again, that is, many people say we don't have a European history. That was what the UEFA Cup was, which is now the Europa League, and we won that in 1970. So we do have a bit of history. It's the museum, Dan. Small, but had a lot in there, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
Also had a lot of people in there, which made it a bit uncomfortable.
Squeeze.
Yeah. We're just coming up to a statue of Arsene Wenger, which I will come to. That's why people are there. Yeah. You wouldn't have known that was the museum, though. It's a bit of a building site. Yeah.
That's why, yeah, you wouldn't notice down underneath.
We're just going to try and get some pictures of the statues and then off to Highbury.
Oh, I saw. Oh, it's Ganosaurus in there.
Ah, yeah. You ready to take pictures then?
Yes.
Here's Arsene Wenger. Holding up the trophy there. Tall, isn't he? Coming up to Tony Adams when he scored our goal against Everton, 98. Get a picture here as well. Here we come up to Herbert Chapman.
We go that way.
Yeah, just walk up along.
Down the pub road, yeah.
Herbert Chapman. Having a look at what he started.
Both ways again.
And up there, if I can zoom in, is the original clock from Highbury from 1913. I'm not sure if that's the original one or if the original one's the same but facing inside, and that's a replica. But
Did you say you've done the long one?
the original is definitely in there.
This way.
Oh.
Yeah, definitely. A picture, stand there and I'll get you in the middle of the whole stadium in there.
Just two more statues and then we're done.
I won't wait here.
Now we're approaching the statue of Thierry Henry. There he is. And his pose when he scored against Tottenham. Very good. The celebration corner.
Well, do you know, in next to Lindbergh,
Yeah.
he makes me think of the Tetris, you know.
Oh, the one with the curly hair.
Yeah, Lance's ex-wife,
Oh yeah, yeah.
her boyfriend.
Yeah, and there he is. Fresh out of Strictly. And now we're approaching the greatest of all time, in my opinion. Dennis Bergkamp. In motion. Look at that. He was here at the weekend for the Liverpool game. This is as close as I'm going to get to him, I think. Very good. Arsenal station.
Got a sign in there, don't you?
Want to get a drink?
No, I've got to wait because otherwise I need to stop off.
Okay. So that station was called Gillespie Road up until the 1930s, when Herbert Chapman got it changed to Arsenal. It's got a fitness first. The old ground, that's where the North Bank was. East and West stands had to stay put because listed buildings, so they couldn't knock them down. So these are they. What this is, as you can see on the side there, East stand. That's where I come to my first Arsenal game. Well, one of memories. Famous black doors where the players would have gone. These windows here would have been behind these bushes, the home dressing room, and the players would always apparently lean out to have a chat with the fans after a game.